Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're gonna discuss all about how to create a weather app using React.js and also Tailwind CSS. Here is a project. Inside the project have many things that you need to know. The first one is search suggestions. When you will enter 2 or 3 words, let's say I'm gonna search new, I'm getting the suggestions, and when I press space I'm getting another suggestions. So let's say I search New York and I'm going to select the first one and I'm getting the values from the New York, USA, right? And the time period, weather details in the right side have a 5-day forecast, right? And also you can use this icon to get your current location weather inside this one application. So I'm going to use that button and I'm getting that, as you can see, right? So it is very simple and very useful project for you guys. And last thing is very important, you can also change the forecast by clicking the toggle buttons, right? So let me check it in the responsiveness. So yeah, where is the responsive? I do not use, okay, it's responsiveness, right? So this is small screen size, but when you will increase the size you will get different things, right? So yeah, so very simple and useful project. So I will teach you how you can use the logic to get the details from the API. I will use the OpenWeather API to build this one project from scratch. So without further ado, let's get started to install and configure our project. So guys, I have successfully installed React, Tailwind CSS and also the side icon to build the React application. But before using any logic to build the application, I will design the complete application. Once I will design the complete application, then I will teach you how you can use the logic to get the data from API and display it inside your application. So I'm going to close all of the tab and I will design one by one component. Then I will teach you how you can use the logic to build the project, right? In order to use these functions, so we're going to create a custom hook, then we're going to call each function inside the custom hook, then we're going to call the custom hook anywhere inside our application. So let me show you how you can do that. But before moving on the custom hook, I'm going to copy this one URL and we're going to paste it inside my where is my searching city URL, because inside there I'm going to use queries and also yeah, we will, yeah, we're gonna check it in a minute. We're gonna create a folder with the name of hooks. Inside the hooks, I'm gonna create a variable, not variable, file, use weather.js. Inside this one file, I'm gonna get all of the files, all of the functions from there. So let me show you how. So these are functions: get current weather, get current weather by coordinates, chords, get weather forecast, and yeah, so we're gonna get them and we're gonna use it inside this one file. So I'm gonna use import get current weather, right, and comma get current weather by chords, get weather forecast, right. After that, I'm going to create a export. I'm going to create a variable with the name of use weather, like this, and inside there I'm going to creating states. We're going to store the values which is coming from the functions, and we're going to store the values inside our state variables or state functions. Let me show you. Write this state current weather, set current weather, and use state. By default is null, and I'm gonna make a many states like forecast, set for forecast. By default is null. Then loading, set loading, by default is false. This error, set error, and I'm gonna add it null units, set units. By default is C, right? Then I'm going to create a function, and we're going to call them, and we're going to store the function value inside the states. So let's see. I will use set loading. First of all, I'm going to create a function fetch weather by city async function, and inside there I'm going to passing the parameters city. The first thing I'm going to use loading, set is loading is true, set error is null. After that, I'm going to use try and catch error. Just use set error if they have an error. So I'm going to call the error instead of error object, otherwise not message. Basically, these object value is coming from this one object, right? And I'm going to use failed to fetch weather data. And also I'm going to add the finally block. Reason for using finally block, because I need to change the set loading state to false. In the type block, I need to use const, and I need to use weather data, make a state. And the next one is forecast. Use await and promise dot all, and use array. Inside the array, I need to call the function which is top get current weather, and I'm going to pass in the city which is coming from this one, get weather forecast, right? And also need to come on there, this will be also set, right? After this one, you need to use set current weather state, which is there, and you need to pass the weather data, which is there, and also you need to use set forecast state, and you need to use forecast, like this. Do you know what happening on there? Basically, I have used the promises to get the weather details, and we're gonna store the weather details inside the states. Like weather details is assigned with the help of function on there, and just I use states passing these values on each functions. Like set current weather forecast when, I will call these states like current weather and forecast, then I will get these, and give me a second, these API data, right? So I will show you, give me a few minutes because I need to create this complete function. Right after this function, okay, I need to create another function which is used to get the current location weather. Means you can click on the weather. Give me a second, I'm going to show you. So inside the search bar have this one icon. When you will click on that, you need to get the current location and get the weather. So I need to create a function inside this one. Just give me a second. Okay, I need to create a function fetch const fetch weather by location async, and we're gonna use if not navigator dot geolocation is true, then I need to call this set state error and display the error geolocation is not supported by this browser. Otherwise I need to use set loading state, and I'm going to use true, set error state is null, and we're going to use the logic on there to navigator dot geolocation dot get current position, right? This is a JavaScript built-in function, guys. So inside there I'm going to use async position and use try and also catch block. And the catch block I use error and calling the set error. I'm going to set the time to using this one on there. Okay, and the try block I need to use I need to get the longitude and latitude. So in order to get that, you need to use const destruct them with the name of latitude and longitude from position dot coords. And also you need to use weather data or wait and call the function which you have made on earlier. Which function? Get current weather coords. And so there you need to pass two parameters. Remember, I'm going to show you. Here is a function that have two parameters. So I need to pass the two parameters, latitude and longitude. Right, after that I need to use set current weather state and passing the weather data like this. Okay, let's move on. Also fetch forecast for the current location. Also we need to get the current location forecast. So in order to get that, I need to use const forecast data await get weather forecast. This is also my function which I built on earlier on this one page, and I already imported them on there, as you can see. So I just use a get weather forecast and calling the weather data dot name and set forecast dot forecast data. Okay, forecast data like this. Okay, and this is a catch block. Also I need to use finally set loading is false. Let me check it's working or not. So let me check it one later. Alright, so yeah, it's perfect, guys. So this is the final block, and that is my this one. Also I need to use set error if the error find. So I need to use set error state and use unable to try your location. Error handling is very important, guys. So just use set loading is false on there. Alright, so let's move on, and give me a second. This is coming from there. Outside of this one, inside the custom hook, I need to use const to create a toggle unit. When user will click on to get the, give me a second, I'm going to show you, get the forecast Celsius. So I just use them on there. I just calling the set unit. This is also a set. Inside there I'm going to use unit equal to C to move on to display the F, otherwise display the C. And last and final thing, I'm going to add it load default weather on mount. So I use effect hook, and we need to call fetch weather by city. Yeah, by default I'm gonna assign the city name as New York. Right, so yeah, the last and final thing is you need to use a return keyword and get the function and passing on there. So let me write the return and use current weather, comma forecast, comma loading, comma arrow, comma unit, comma fetch weather by city, comma fetch weather by location, comma toggle unit. So these are functions. I just use return keyword to return the data on this file. When I will call this one file with anywhere inside my application, then I just call these function. So let me just copy it and let's try to use it on my this one file. Just use that and remove it, use this one. Then the current weather is coming from services weather API. It is a services weather API. So let me save it and let's try to check it, what you'll get. As you can see, I'm getting the promises. As you can see, promises pending, and we're gonna use it inside our application, guys. So I'm gonna show you how you can use them step by step, right? So let's work on the logic to display the particular component on behalf of our conditional rendering. So what I'm going to do on there, I'm going to use these functions. Just save the file, and we don't need to use anything from there because I already mentioned this one file details inside my custom. So I'm going to remove this one tab, right? So inside there, I'm going to use const destruct these data and just use weather hook like this. Then you can use all of the files or all of the functions inside this one file. So let's work on that to add the conditional rendering on this one page to display the particular component. So I'm gonna uncomment it and This is a conditional rendering part, so I'm gonna uncomment it also. So I just use cut and use loading is true, then display this one. Let's move on. And this is also conditional rendering, so I'm gonna uncomment it, cut it, and just use if the error and not loading is true, then display this one component. And also this is a conditional rendering best, so I just cut it and I'm gonna use curly bracket, current weather is exist and loading is not true, means is a false, then comment there and display this one data. Right, and last one, this one is used forecast is true, then display this one component. So let me save the file, and I'm getting this one loading setting, and let's check it now what is happening. Okay, it's perfect, but we're gonna work on the search bar, because inside the search bar have also some logic that we need to use to display the particular component or particular file code. So in order to work on the search bar, I need to use onSearch component, onSearch prop. I need to use onSearch, and I need to pass fetch weather by city. And also we're gonna pass on location search. This is my prop name, and I'm gonna pass in weather location. And last thing I'm gonna use it loading, and I'm gonna use loading. So these functions is coming from this one file, remember? So once I will complete this one work, then we're gonna move on this next component. So I'm gonna open that, and the search bar you need to destruct them. So let me copy one by one, search on there, and on search location, and also we're gonna get the loading. So let's see what I need to fix on it to display the particular component, right? First of all, I'm going to use disabled on loading, and also we're going to create a many states inside this one to handle the application, guys. So let's see. So first of all, I'm going to create const query set query user state, and by default is nothing. Const suggestions set suggestions user state. This is an empty array. Show suggestions set show suggestions user state, by default is false, and I'm going to const search loading set search loading set search loading user state, by default is false. And yeah, we're gonna use them. Give me a second, let me check if what set search suggestion is used somewhere. Not why I'm getting this one. Okay, I need to use comma there, guys. Right, so these are states, so we're gonna use them inside our this one component. But before using that, I need to add the conditional rendering on there. Right, so let's work on that to display the conditional rendering. Right, so I need to display this one button on behalf of if the query is exist, you display this one button, and so cut this one code and paste on there. right? So this is form, this is also conditional rendering, so I need to cut that. Use show suggestions and suggestions.length greater than 0 and search loading and display this one code. So let me save the file and look at that, guys. Everything will be removed, but why I'm getting this one and where this component is coming from, let me check that. Something is wrong. Let me check this. So guys, this error message I think is coming from this one, so I'm gonna just comment out because I also work on that as well. And this is also loading indicator, so let me find out the loading like this. I also comment out because I need to work on that one by one, right? So I also comment this one code, guys, because we need to work on just comment it. And yeah, because we need to work on the search bar like there, then we're gonna move on other features. So in there, but why I'm not able to click on there, I don't know. Let me refresh the page. Okay, something, okay. So we're gonna work on that on the input field. When user will enter something inside the input field, we need to get the data, right? But before using it, I need to use the values query, and also we need to add on change event. This will use set query and passing the e.target.value. Then I will be able to use the input field. Okay, also I'm not able to click. Okay guys, I will fix it. Query text, and let me add an extend to sometime I'm getting not okay. I will work on it, guys, on later, but this time I just use the logic, guys. Okay, let me remove this one on there, and it's working, guys. So the first step, you need to assign the values query state, and when the user will enter something and change the value, then the value will be stored inside the query state, right? The next thing I'm going to do, I need to create a function which is handle submit. And I'm going to use e.prevent default if query.trim means remove the space, and I'm going to use on search stat and use query.trim, and also I need to use set query is nothing, set show suggestions should be false. Right, this is my first one function. Right, the next function, but before working on that, I need to copy that function, and I'm going to use on submit. I need to call that. So let me try to use this one function. It's working or not. So let me use console.log and query. What you will get? Let me open the console, write something. I'm getting the value, guys. the input field is clear once you hit enter button. Right, it's working perfectly. The next function I'm going to create that which used to clear the suggestions. Const clear the suggestions input field and all of the details when user will click on the cross icon. But right now I can't see cross icon, but I will work on it, guys. I will need to create a clear search, and I'm going to use set query, nothing, set suggestion, nothing, and set show suggestion is false. This is my second function, guys. The third function I need to create it which used to handle these suggestions. So let's do that. I'm going to use const handle suggestions, click. Then user will click on the suggestion. So I'm going to passing the parameters city, and there I'm going to use const city name. The city name is coming from the city.name. Otherwise I'm going to use little template calling the city.name and use comma if the city.state. Otherwise I need to display the city.name. Also I need to use on search query, on search state I need to pass the variable which have a city name. If the city.name is exist, then assign the city name, otherwise assign the city.state. And yeah, so this is a simple version. The next thing I'm going to use set queries, nothing, set show suggestion is false. So this is my third one function. I will use them one by one. Right, and the last and final function is, but before using last and final function is, I need to handle the event. Okay, so let me use effect hook. Empty way inside there. I need to assign this one is ref and assign the search ref. I will create this one as a references of this one event. Right, so I'm going to create const this one variable, use ref like this, and I'm going to use this one on there. Const handle click outside. I'm going to use event if search ref dot current and not search ref dot current dot contains event dot target, then I need to use set show suggestions should be false. Right, and also we need to clear that function by using, give me a second, document okay, here document dot add listener. Event is mouse down, handle click outside, and we need to use return to clear that. Document that remove event listener, which event mouse, and calling the function like this. Right, so last and final function I need to use, I need to create that, then I will use it. So I'm going to use effect empty and when the query will be changed, this effect code will be executed. So I'm going to create a search time out variable and use set timeout. And give me a second, I will just manually, guys, set time out, and the function name is async, right? And I'm going to use if query dot length greater than 2. Then I'm going to use set search loading should be true, and also I'm going to use try const result. The result is coming from await search cities, and this is, give me a second, this is function which is coming from weather API. I'm going to show you on search city. As you can see, this is coming from weather API, so I'm going to call that to get this search cities, right? Use parentheses, and I'm going to passing the value is coming from the query variable. Means user will enter something, then the value will be passed in the set query state, right? So I assign on there, as you can see on there. So once the value will be stored in the result, so I need to use set suggestions state, and I'm going to passing the result. And also I'm going to use set show suggestion is true. And the catch block, I'm going to use error. If something will be wrong, then I need to use console.error, and I'm going to use search failed and display the error object. And last and finally, you need to use set search loading should be false, and the else statement, just said that else statement you need to use set suggestions should be empty, and set show suggestion should be false. Okay, so these are our functions. And also I'm going to assign the time period more than 300 milliseconds, right? And finally I need to use return keyword to clean up that function by using clear timeout function. Use search timeout on there. Right, so these are our functions, so we're going to use them inside the application one by one. Right, so yeah, so let me check it and use them. So first is this inside this will be used. The event is on click. I need to call the function which is clear search, right? So this is my next button, which is map pen. So where is closing here? So I'm going to use on click, and I'm going to call the function is on location search, and also I'm going to use disabled when the loading is exist. Right, so let's see. Let's look at that, guys, in the top. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's move on down. And this is a conditional rendering, association, suggestions. Okay, let me check this one instead. Yeah, here is a suggestion. Okay, and search loading is true, and display that. And this is also conditional rendering, so I'm going to search loading is true, to display that. Otherwise I need to use this code. Okay, I'll remove the else statement. And in order to display the cities, right, so this is city name. This is button. Give me a second, I just check it, guys. Okay, I need to cut this one complete code, and I'm gonna use, I need to display the suggestions, so I need to use suggestion.map city.index by this. Okay, give me a second. Suggestion.map and city, this will be index, and now I need to use return this one. That is my code, guys. Give me a second. This is code. I need to use suggestion. This is the state, and the state have a values which user will be enter inside the input field. So I need to get the city and index, and what I'm going to do on there, I need to use return this code, right? Inside the city name I need to use city.name, and also I need to display this one as a conditional based is city.state is true, then display this one code, and also I need to use comma, and inside there I need to use city.state, right? And this is a country, so in order to display the country I just use country, not country, just use city.country. Okay, and also we're gonna call the function which is used to handle the suggestions. So first of all I use onClick handle suggestion click. Inside there I need to pass the city, right? And also I need to use the key, guys. Key is important for I need to use key, use literal template, and I'm going to use city.name negative by city.country negative by index, right? So that's it for the search component. So I used all of the components, all of the logic inside there, so I think it should be work. So let me try to execute that. What I will get it, there's new weather services unavailable, please try again. Okay, this is search bar, search cities, weather API search. Okay, I'm getting the error, guys, so we're gonna check it if they have an error on weather app and searching city. So let me check it. Response fetch geo_direct/query and limit the more than 5 and app ID. Yeah, it's perfect. And we're gonna getting the value as a JSON format, constant data weather response.json, and yeah, it's perfect, guys. There is, I think, is coming from the weather service is temporarily unavailable, guys. Let's check it the another error which is coming from line number 33 on there, like this. So guys, I think this error is coming from the API, so we're gonna wait, and once this error will be solved, then we're gonna work on the next section. Okay, so guys, I have tried it many times, but the problem is I need to move on our weather app.js file, and so the first problem is here. We need to use country, and the next problem, I need to use this one else statement inside this one if block. I need to lay this one outside of there. So I think the problem will be solved. So I will use an why I'm getting the values, as you can see guys, right? But when I click on it, I will get the complete data, so I will need to work on that. But I'm facing issues by rearrange the content. So let's find out the search suggestion and suggestions, city name. So city.state and search bar. So we need to check font medium text, wide group text 90, city name. Okay, this is not important. And the span tag, okay, and the span tag I also mentioned text should be white 70, and yeah, it's perfect. So let me save that, and yeah, it's perfect. These are country name, so city.country. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to try to use another logic on there, so it should be okay. Where is my code? There, I'm going to paste that, and yeah, it's perfect guys, as you can see, right? So yeah, so we're going to work on this one component. So I'm going to remove it, and we just work on the temperature toggle to display the different type of toggle icon. Means we're going to work on that to display that. So I need to pass the prop is unit, which is coming from my custom hook that is appear on top. As you can see, unit and toggle unit, right? On toggle. So I need to use toggle unit as well. So open that. Inside they have a few things we need to do. We just use logic simple to display and unit toggle. What is the name? Toggle unit, okay. And yeah. So first step is, this is a div, this is a button. In the button, step number 1, you need to use on click event on toggle. Just use on toggle. Okay, this is my mistake guys. Just copy paste. The next step, I need to use same thing on there, is on click and passing that. And yeah, it is not working right now, but we use conditional rendering on there to display the different background color when user will click on the button, right? So let's see, I use unit unit is equal to C, and then I need to use PG white, text should be clear, 600, shadow algae, transform scale 0, or otherwise I need to use text should be white /70. When hover the mouse, text should be white. Right, so I'm going to save the file, and look at that, guys, as you can see, right? And same thing I'm going to do on the next button, just paste it. Okay, and just copy and paste on there, and inside there you need to use F, right? And all of the things are same, just save it, and as you can see, when you click on it, display the different type of things. That's perfect. So we are completing more than 2 components like search and temperature toggle. So yeah, we're gonna work on this one section. So I'm gonna comment it, save it. I'm getting the loading. Okay, the loading has gone. And what I need to do on there are no any logic used inside there, just leave that. And if error is loading is okay, I need to also remove this one, comment, just leave this one stuff. Okay, let's see. Once loading will be closed, then I think it should be solved. Okay, I think I need to work on that, guys. So yeah, we're gonna use this one to manage it. I'm gonna use message, and passing the parameter is error on retry. So I need to create the function that will use to handle this one error message. So I need to move on to there, and I'm going to create a const handle retry, and that will use to retry the error message. Current weather is exist means the weather data is available. Then I need to use fetch weather by city, and I need to use current weather, this one dot name, and the also statement I need to use fetch weather by city, and I'm gonna assign the static data like New York. Just save it, and I'm gonna call the function where is error. Okay, on try, and just pass on there. Open that error message component and just destruct them like message and on return. Okay, so inside there we need to use the message which is coming from the prop, right? And this is a conditional rendering, so I need to cut it, use curly bracket, and I'm going to use on retry is true and display that. And also we're gonna add the event on click and calling the on retry function retry. Okay, so let me save it, and let's try to open the browser. And also I'm gonna open the Okay, I'm facing issue, guys. Oops, there are a lot of things, guys. Failed to reset forecast 1 weather 1. Okay, something is wrong, guys. When you press try again, so we're gonna work on that, guys, but the problem is solved from this one. I don't need to work on that on this one page. So let's see. Error message passing the on try. So let's try to fetch weather by city. So guys, okay, I need to move on the this one file. I use weather. Just okay, the problem is here, use effect. I need to add the dependency, right? And I'm gonna refresh it, and yeah, I'm also getting that. Okay, so let's move on. Weather, let me check. Okay, the first one I'm gonna cut that and use inside there, and this is my man. Also I'm gonna cut it and use inside there, so it should be sol. No. Alright, so let's top, and finally I need to, and let's refresh it. Yeah, I'm getting that data, guys. So the problem is my if else system and have a dependency error like this one. So I'm getting the data, and also when you search like new, and you are getting the suggestion, as you can see. And also I can click on that to clear my screen or clear my input field. So we're going to display these details inside the cards in the left side and the right side. So let's work on that to display the card details. But before displaying the card details, I need to create a file, and we're gonna add, give me a second, I'm gonna create a file with the name of viewed, and inside there I'm gonna create a file via the utilities start, whatever the name you will use on there. So I have a simple code on there, so let me show you what is code is. So this function is used to get the icon. So there is key, these are keys, guys, and these are values. So this is my first one function. The next function I'm going to use to format the temperature. So this is very simple logic, right? The next function is used to format our time period and also format date. The next function is get wind direction. So these are my static data, right? So I will use them to display the card details inside the wind card. So I'm going to use these functions, right? So this is the weather card. I need to open that first. The next is I need to pass prop is weather, and I'm going to use current weather as a prop. And also I need to use unit. When user will click on the unit to change the value on the unit. So I'm going to save the file, copy that, and we're going to use next one is unit, right? So first of all I need to get the icons, right? So I'm going to create a variable icon name, get weather icon, icon, and inside there I'm going to use weather as a prop. Inside there I have a weather, inside there I have index number 0 in the icon. So when you will call the icon, but you need to import the icon inside from the left side icon. So I'm gonna copy, I already have map and sunrise sunset and also many other. I need to get that, give me a second. For saving the time, I'm gonna paste on there. So these are icons. So let me save the file and let's see what you will get inside the console. As you can see, cloud, right? And these icons details is coming from the weather, right? But when you will change that, you will get that different results. So let me use const icon component, and I'm going to use left side. Give me a second, I need to use another logic as well, guys. Import times as left side icons from left side, right? So I will use this one logic on there to get the icon component, and I'm going to use left side icons. In the array I'm going to pass the name, or I need to get the left side icon dot cloud, like this. Let me use console.log and icon component, I just call it. What you will get, symbols, as you can see, right? So we're going to use them inside the left side to display the component or card details. Right, so let me close it, and the next thing I'm going to add const weather status in the array. In the array I need to get the icon label and so on and so forth on there, and also we're gonna import that from my utilities file, right? So yeah, so this is icon name, label, visibility, value, weather, which is prop, visibility times divide by 1000 dot to fixed function, and this is a value, kilometer, ms, modules, HPA, and so on and so forth. Right, so that's perfect. I'm gonna move on there, and let's add one by one values. The first one is weather.name. You will get the name, as you can see by default is New York. Next one is country, so I need to use weather.sys.country. You'll get country right there, and also I need to display the date, right? So in order to display the date, I need to use new date from the weather.dt times by 1000 dot to local data string as en USA best, USA, comma is weekend is long, month is short, day is numeric, right? And same thing I'm gonna do on the next. there, right? And by the date, this is to local time string. Same thing, but just change however the value is 2-digit. Also I'm going to remove that and just change it minute to 2-digit. Just save it, and there we go. Right, cool. And what is next? So main weather. Okay, so I need to call the function which is format temperature. Inside there I need to use weather.main.temp.unit, comma unit, and I need to use sign, which is a sign in there, not there, outside of there. Okay, let me save. This is video description, weather description I'm going to use. By the way, I also mentioned where is okay, also I need to add the unit, and also assign the class text should be for Excel, and font should be normal, text should be wide /70, and that's perfect. And inside there I'm going to use description. So weather.weather and the 0 index have a description. The value is coming from the API, guys. So these values is API based. So I do not share with you how you can get one by one value. I already mentioned the logic on there, how you can get the values from there. Right, so let's move on to add the temperature. So I call the function format temperature. So weather.main and .temp_max, comma unit, and my sign is like this. I need to paste on there, and same thing, just remove it. And this is H, means higher. This is a low, means lower. And same thing, just change max to min. It should be display the details. Let me save it and let's see what you will get. Yeah, guys, I'm getting right, left, right, and so on and so forth. Right, so we're gonna display the icons, right? So what I'm gonna do on there, I need to use icon component call on there, assign the size should be 20, and class drop shadow to Excel, close the component, save the file, and I'm getting the icon wise. Okay, but I need to use like this, and I can't see the icon. Give me a second. Yeah, guys, I'm getting the icon, guys, as you can see, right? And also this is also icon. So yeah, we will display another important things, which is there, right? So I'm gonna cut it, use curly bracket, and I'm gonna use weather and the status map stats index. Just use return, paste all of the code, and I just remove the state. Right, so let's add the dynamic icons on there. The icon should be state.icon, class should be Wait for height should be 4, and state dot color, and yeah, I need to close the component. This is a state.level, so just use the state.level. This is a state.value, state.value, and let me check it. So let's see. Perfect, guys. The icons are up here, and let's use the simple logic on there to display the details on this one page. Right, so inside the dynamic content, I need to use format time to display the time weather dot says dot sunrise. So I'm going to save the file, invalid det format time. Sunrise. Okay, here is a mistake, guys. As you can see, let's move on, and same thing I'm gonna use. And there is sunset, right? So save the file. Look at that. Let's try to execute that, and also we're gonna use this one logic to display the different things inside this one page. So let's use United space kingdom. This is a mistake. Okay, United Kingdom, different result, different things. It is working, guys. So when I search, and also let's try to execute that. Yeah, it is changing, guys. As you can see, when I use F to display the F, and yeah, it is perfect. So last and final thing, we need to display the 5-day forecast. So let's finally finish that. So I'm going to close this one as well, and I just open that, and inside there I need to, just a minute, I need to pass as forecast. Give me a second. Forecast is a forecast, and also we need to assign a unit as well. Copy, and we just, and same thing, unit 2. So first of all, I use the logic which I used on earlier, import times by as a site icons from site React, and then I'm going to use const and daily forecast from forecast, which is as a prop dot list dot reduce accumulator atom, and inside there I'm going to use const dat new dat function atom dot dt times by 1000 dot to dot string, and the next I use if accumulator is not exist in the dat, so I need to assign the dat from the atom and return accumulator, right? So, and also I'm going to be passing the empty object in there as well. Let's move on, and we're going to use const daily items object dot values and daily forecast dot slice. I need to display the values 0 to 5. Right, so I'm going to save the file, and we're going to use them inside the project. Okay, So okay, I just got it and use map method and daily items dot map item index, and we're gonna use const icon name from get weather icon, it is function item dot weather and index number 0, and also we need to use const icon component from list side icons, passing the name, otherwise I need to display the list side will not kill out, and I'm going to just return my code. So let's add one by one videos on there. So the first step, I need to display the icon component on there, size should be 40, and we may use conditional rendering on there to display the if the index kill to file to display the truth tag, otherwise I need to use format that otherwise I need to display the format that function, and I'm gonna use item.dat. okay, and inside there we need to display the item.weather in the index of 0, have a description. You'll get that, save the file, and let's add a few more things. Math dot round atom dot pop times by 100 modules lost, and yeah, we're gonna use temperature. So format temperature, I need to call the function item.min.temp and what temp underscore max comma unit. So I'm gonna save the file. Same thing I'm gonna do on there. This is min, right? And also I need to move on there. Just save the file, open this one, and I just get the, where is this one, sign. Okay, paste. Yeah, so I'm gonna save the file. Okay, something is wrong, so let me check it. What is weather card, see 144. Just a minute to why I'm getting the problem. So I'm gonna say that. Weather forecast 65. Okay, formatting item.min.temp underscore max, and unit is perfect. Item.min.temp. Yeah, it's perfect, guys. Let's get it and let's see what. Okay, I'm getting values, guys. Right side have icons and I can't get the values. Okay, so let me paste that and let's see. Format temperature .man.temp max. Fine. Yeah, everything is perfect, but I'm facing issue. and the weather 1144. With the card. Okay, I also assigned the key index, so I think it should be so. Weather forecast 65 and 49. 65 and 49. 49. Okay, I think index is 0 today, otherwise format date. Let me check if the format date is imported or not. Format date, yeah, everything is imported. Okay guys, let me check. Okay, problem is main, guys. So let me save that, and I'm getting values, guys, but text white. Okay, 60. Let me cut it and let's see. I need to find it. Where's my, just cut it and let's see. I need to find out the percentages, guys. Okay, I think here is not this one. Yeah, text white. Okay, mistake is here. Okay, yeah guys, so I'm gonna refresh my page. Everything is perfect, and I'm gonna search it, the name United. I search new. I search another. I search German. Okay, I'm facing issue to get the German. Let's try to execute another country. I'm gonna use United Arab Emirates. Okay, yeah, I'm getting that. So let's use F to display the F. And last and final thing I'm going to show you guys, I open the console and let's try to, give me a second, I will show you what is, give me a second. I open search bar and in the search bar I have on search, on loading, and where is the, give me a second, I need to display the, not there. I'm going to show you what is, okay, so here's a weather is a prop which is coming from the weather, and this is a current weather. It is coming from your custom hook, right? And I open custom hook it is a function which represent, it is basically state. Have a function set state. It is coming from your weather details, right? So let me, this is the app. By the way, I need to open weather card, and I'm going to show you what is the weather. So I just copy it, and I'm gonna use console. I'm not using it. I can use console.log and weather. Just use weather, and I'm getting the object, right? On this one object have all of the things that I've used. So this is a cloud, and by the way, this is a main key. Inside there have a index wise values. Let's say I need to get the date, so here is a date key, but I use the function that will help us to convert that. And this is the main, this is a key. Inside there have values like maximum temperature, normal temperature, temp max, temp min, right? So I have used weather.name, means I said that I need to get this one. As you can see, weather.name, you will get United Arab Emirates, right? So same thing I have used to get the clear sky and so on so far inside this one page, guys. So guys, I hope you are understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. But also I need to, okay, before moving on that, also let me click on it. Something went wrong. Okay, this is the last thing, guys. I need to complete it, then I will leave the video, right? So let's open the search bar. In the search bar have mapping, like has button on location. Okay, give me a second. So I just opened the same application inside my this one browser, or my Firefox browser, and I just use this icon. I'm getting the values. When I click on allow, I can get my current location details inside the application, guys. So this issue is coming from my Chrome browser. It is not a coding problem. So I hope you understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.